Hi there, this is Kelly from Bean Gems Tarot, and I'm going to be doing your weekend bi-weekly rune spread, okay, rune element spread. So for those of you who are subscribed to my channel, welcome back. I truly appreciate all your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. And for those of you who are new to my channel, do stick around for a brief little intro before we get started. So I am an intuitive reader, and my messages are timeless, okay? I know this video itself doesn't really have a title that's descriptive to really resonate with you. However, the dates are just there for organizational purposes. You actually got to listen to the reading, okay? It's the whole elements, all 4 elements, but again, it's as short as I can make it. Just like you have many different zodiac placements, we all have different elements in our spread, okay? Or I should say in our chart, rather. So really, I encourage you to listen to the whole reading because there is going to be connections. I know with the last reading I did, we had 2 elements that had the exact same runes, okay? So there are always going to be connections from element to element, okay? Again, because of that. We all go through similar energy, okay, I feel. There could be various different situations that we're going through, right, in our own personal, private lives. However, it may just be different, right? So something similar, but it appears in a different way, okay? So again, you may or may not resonate with this reading, okay? You may resonate with the last one I did 2 weeks ago, or this could be a prediction, in which case it may not happen for you until the next couple weeks, even up to a couple months, okay? As far as even a year, right? That's the thing with predictions, right? Our guides kind of don't have a timeline the way we look at time, right? So things could get pushed further, or depending, again, it's just how the energy flows and how you resonate with it. All right, so we're gonna get into this rune spread. So I don't know if anyone else is experiencing Mercury retrograde issues, but this is like the last few videos recordings that I've had to do. It's been insanity for me, okay? Technical difficulties, and yeah, so this is the second time recording. I was recording and thought that the video was, it stopped recording after like 2 minutes, so, and I didn't notice. Fun, right? So I've kind of already have so for fire, I'm pretty much done. I have your runes out, and we're just gonna go over those. All right, so I'm gonna go over all the elements one at a time from the last one to see if, again, it may connect for you guys with this reading. So I kind of just like to go over it every now and then. So for fire, you had the 3 runes. So the 3 runes that I pull have to do with the overview, your challenge, and action for that weekend, okay? Again, I say weekend, but it can very well be the week, couple weeks, whatever, right? Okay, let me see. So for fire, so fire, your overview for 2 weeks ago was inheritance, okay? That was the overview. Basically, sorry, I'm just getting so many. I feel, because it does click in with the next one, which is abundance, and that's coming in the reverse. So there is something that you are, inheritance doesn't have to be financial, okay? So this it doesn't have to do with money, okay? It can for some of you. These are also gifts, right? Like this could be spiritual gifts for some of you. Okay. And we have abundance being reversed as your challenge, and then your action is the self reversed. So there is this journey that you are on currently, fire, and I feel like you have been on this journey for quite some time. The runes that came out for this spread, because like I said, I had started recording and it kind of cut out on me. Your first rune was your overview was protection. Okay, so, and with this, I honestly feel like this is protection, not just of the outside, like this is you having to protect your state of mind, your own health, even yourself. Okay, this is protection from outside, but this is also protection from yourself. You're having to protect from yourself even. Okay, because again, you're on this journey and it's not easy. It's not. So let me read what we've got here. So for protection, okay, and like I said, it's protection from self even, right? And when we talk about self, like protecting yourself from yourself, it's your thoughts, your words, right? Like the self-speech, right? And getting out of that negative space. All right, so control of the emotions is an issue here. During times of transitions, shifts in life's course, and accelerated self-change, it is important not to collapse yourself into your emotions, the highs as well as the lows. So new opportunities and challenges are typical of this rune, okay? And with them may come trespasses and unwanted influences. It serves as a mirror of the spiritual warrior, the one whose battle is always with the self. The warrior's protection is like the curved horns of the elk or the warning rustle of the sledge grass, for both serve to keep open space around you. Okay, remain mindful that timely right action and correct conduct are your only true protection. Okay, if you find yourself feeling pain, observe the pain, stay with it. Do not try to pull down the veil and escape from life by denying what is happening. Okay, you will progress knowing that is your protection. So, that being said, whatever journey that you're on, you need to go through it. You need to go through your emotions. You need to be able to deal with your feelings and everything that's coming out, okay? I feel like this has been an ongoing thing since even the last full moon. I feel like for some of you that eclipse has hit you pretty hard. I know I was hit. I had some really bad insomnia, okay? So generally, if you follow me on my Instagram page at Kelly_moonbeam.gems, I tend to do daily reads there, okay? And then Fridays I go live. However, this past Friday, that didn't happen, okay? I was still feeling the effects from this eclipse. And then Mercury coming into retrograde, I got hit hard. I have a lot of Mercury I've got Virgo and Gemini, and then I've got, yeah. So it's been fun. Okay, 3 or 4 days of not sleeping. So I took the Friday to just relax and recuperate, which is why I didn't put out a reading. But again, if you check that out, yeah. So again, I feel like you're having to do the same thing, protect, right? I've got a lot of fire in my chart as well. And I feel like I've been drained and need to kind of just self-help, right? Self-love, all that. Just don't self-medicate, right? Not a good idea. Anyway, your challenge is wholeness. Okay, that is your challenge for this week, or this weekend, I should say. Okay, being whole, finding wholeness, being okay with yourself, loving yourself, all of that, okay, is connected to this rune. And I feel like these two are both connected. Okay, this is kind of what you're kind of going through, having to protect yourself from yourself. right? And again, that's negative speech, negative self-talk, all right? Before I get going, don't forget to hit that like button, okay? Do share my video around and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Do hit that notification bell. That way you're notified the next time I upload a video to my channel, okay? In addition to these, I also do the pick a card readings bi-weekly as well. And then I do monthly and mid-month zodiac readings, okay? General readings. So do check that out also. All right, so I'm gonna read the wholeness, okay, because I feel, yeah, let's do that. Why not? Maybe you'll benefit from the message, but that's basically what your challenge is going within and working on yourself, okay? So this stands for wholeness, that which our nature requires. It embodies the impulse towards self-realization and indicates the path you must follow, not from ulterior motives, but from the core of your individuality. Seeking your wholeness is a spiritual warrior's quest, and yet what you are striving to become in actuality is what by nature you already are. Okay? Become conscious of your existence and bring it into form. Express it in a creative way. A rune of great power, making life force available to you. It marks a time of regeneration down to the cellular level. Okay? Although this rune has no reverse position, there is a reason for caution. Okay? You may see fit to withdraw or even retreat in the face of a pressing situation, especially if events or people are demanding that you expand your energy now. Okay? Know that such a retreat is a retreat in strength, a voyage inward for centering or balance. Timely retreat is among the skills of the spiritual warrior. Okay? It counsels opening yourself up, letting the light into part of your life that has been secret or shut away. To accomplish this may call for a profound recognition of admitting to yourself something that you've long denied. Okay? There is a prayer known as the Gayatri, okay, that embodies the spirit of the rune of wholeness. Address the sun in this fashion. You, who are the source of all power, whose rays illuminate the world, illuminate also my heart, so that it, too, can do your work. While reciting, visualize the sun's rays streaming forth unto the world, entering your heart, then streaming out from your heart center and back into the world. This is a powerful and life-enhancing power. There is a caution here not to give yourself airs. Even in a time of bountiful energy, you are required to face and vanquish your refusal to let right action flow through you. Nourish this capacity, for it is a mark of true humility. Practice the art of doing without doing. Aim yourself truly and then maintain your aim without manipulative effort. Meditate on Christ's words. I can of mine own self do nothing. John 5:30. For by our own power we do nothing. Even in loving, it is love that loves through us. This way of thinking and being integrates new energies and permits us to flow into wholeness, which is the ultimate goal of the spiritual warrior. Okay? So that is your challenge, the wholeness there. Okay? Really going within, loving yourself. Okay? I feel like there's this, you've been on this journey. This is not new. All right? Your action is disruption here. We've got disruption. Okay? There is and I feel that's something that you need that has to come from you. Like, you need to stop yourself from yeah, there's definitely, it's a change. Disruption is a change, right? And that's what I'm kind of sensing. So I feel like, again, this is all you going within. You're having to change that mindset, change. And it's hard, right? Like, I mean, for some people, this is having to reprogram yourself in a way, right? From all the conditioning that you've been through. All right, so let's go through with disruption. Okay. Change, freedom, invention, and liberation are all attributes of this rune. Drawing it indicates a pressing need within the psyche to break free from constricting identification with material reality and to experience the world of archetypal mind, okay? The rune of elemental disruption of events that seem to be totally beyond your control has only an upright position. Okay, and yet it always operates through reversals. When you draw this rune, expect disruption, for it is great awakener. Although the form the awakening takes may vary, perhaps you will experience a gradual feeling of coming to your senses, okay, as though you are emerging from a deep sleep. Then again, the onset of power may be such as to rip away the fabric of what you previously knew as your reality, your security, your understanding of yourself, your work, your relationships, or beliefs. Disruptions takes on many forms. A relationship fails, plans go awry, a source of supply dries up. Okay, but do not be dismayed. Whether you created the disruption or whether it comes from an outside source, you are not without power in this situation. Your inner strength provides support and guidance at a time when everything you've taken for granted is being challenged. Okay. Another of the cycle runes, the term radical discontinuity, best describes the action of Hagalaz as its most forceful. The more severe the disruption in your life, the more significant and timely the requirements for your own growth. Okay. The universe and your own soul are demanding that you do indeed grow. Okay. So definitely change needs to happen. Okay. But this is like a very, for some of you, this is spiritual. Okay. You've been on this journey of yourself, finding yourself, this quest for your own truth. Okay. There is a hurdle here you're trying to get over, is what I'm sensing as well for some of you. But it is this, it's like again, I'm drawn to the word awakening. It's like you're finally, that's the action, right? Having to finally change things up, knowing that, okay, I've looked deep inside and I see that there are things that I've been doing, or things, you know, or even knowing that like the life you're living isn't the one that you want. Okay. I almost get the sense that you're almost living between two worlds. Okay. So you got to pick one. All right, let's move on. So that was fire. We're going to move on to water. Okay, but I'm just going to go over the runes first. So water, your overview for 2 weeks ago was possessions. Okay. Your challenge was initiation, and your action was warrior reversed. Okay. So I feel like water is kind of going through a very similar transition, or as fire here. But let's kind of get into it. Let's see. All right. So what is the overview for water for this weekend of June 19th to the 21st? All right. So your overview is opening. And I believe it's reversed, though. Even though I'm not even sure if it's how it'll show up on the screen. But yeah, that is reversed. Okay, reversed. All right, so your which is funny because this is actually fire. It's opening, but it's also fire or torch. Okay, so but it's in the reverse, right? So in the reverse, that would be the opposite. So we're talking about darkening here of light. Water, you're in a very dark place. Okay, from 2 weeks to now, I feel something has definitely changed in your mood. Okay, for sure. And it could have been a very, like, a tragic experience for some of you, traumatic for others. Maybe not as, right? I mean, we all deal with things differently. So that being said, let's see what this is. So expect a darkening of light in some situation or relationship. A friendship may be dying, a partnership, a marriage, or some aspect of yourself that is no longer appropriate to the person you are now becoming. Reverse, the rune points to the death of a way of being that is no longer valid and puts you on notice that failure to face up consciously to the death would constitute a loss of opportunity. Kano reverse calls for giving up gladly the old and being prepared to live for a new empty. It calls for developing inner stability, okay, and carries the warning not to be seduced by momentum of old ways while waiting for the new to become illuminated in their proper time. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, water, I do feel that something definitely happened, okay, to change things for you. It may have been an experience that you've never had before, okay? For some of you, again, it is sad. It could be been traumatic or upsetting for sure. It may have left you feeling empty. Okay, so now is the time to fill your cup, right? Nourish yourself. All right, let's see what the challenge is for water. What's the challenge for water for June 19th to the 21st? So, constraint. I believe it's reversed as well. All right, so we have constraint, okay, and this is reversed, and this is your challenge for this week. I'm honestly like, so there is I do feel like there is this, again, darkness. Like there's a whatever it is that you went through, water, it hasn't been easy. Whatever it was. And again, it looks different for everybody, right? It could be, could have been cheated on. You could have had a death in the family. You could have lost a child. You could have, there's various different, you know, let's get with this constraint. So reversed, it is a cycle of initiation. Okay, one of the runes of cycle of initiation. It's the greatest teacher disguised as the bringer of pain and limitation. Okay, it has been said that only at the moment of greatest darkness do we become aware of the light within and come to recognize the true creative power of the self. When something within you is disowned, that which is disowned wreaks havoc. A cleansing is required here. In undertaking it, you find a will and strengthened character. Begin with what is most difficult and proceed to that which is easy. Or, conversely, begin with what is easy and proceed to that which is most difficult. Okay? Either way, remember that suffering, in its original sense, merely meant undergoing. Okay? It just undergoing. Thus, you are required to undergo the dark side of your passage and bring it into the light, controlling your anger, restraining your impulses, keeping your faith firm. All this is at issue here. Modesty and good temper are essential at such a challenging time. Okay, so you're finding it difficult to hold in your feelings, for sure. Most people will be like, well, you need to work through your feelings. It's not even hold in your feelings. It's that the negativity. You do need to release that regardless. You need to release it, but you need to release it in a positive manner, okay? Not in negative. So don't, right? And you might find that challenging, especially if it is something that was traumatic, right? Let's see what your action needs to be, water. What's the action that water needs to take for the weekend of June 19th through the 21st? Okay, so we have gateway. Okay, so we have gateway. I do, and I really feel like it is what it is. So your action is to step forward for sure and go through a door. You have an opportunity opening up for you, or for others of you, it's to go through, like, you need to get through this, okay? Whatever it is that's been been difficult. Okay, there is a gateway. There is a way out. There is, however, that being said, sometimes you need to really figure things out first, okay? Live in those feelings so that you can understand them and figure out why, how to move forward from this. Okay, it's about reflection, really, and releasing the negativity before you move on. Okay, so don't just jump through the door without really thinking about what happened, right, and how you got there, because you may not be prepared for what you see on the other side. Okay, anyway, let's get to this. So with the gateway for its symbol, this rune indicates that there is work to be done both inside and outside yourself. Okay, it represents the frontier between heaven and the mundane. Arriving here is a recognition of your readiness, okay, to contact the divine, to illuminate your existence so that its meaning shines through its form. Okay, it's a rune of non-action. Thus, the gateway is not to be approached and passed through without contemplation. Okay, here you are being confronted with a clear reflection of what is hidden, okay, in yourself, what must be exposed and examined before right action can be undertaken. The rune strengthens your ability to wait. Now is not a time to make decisions. Deep transformational forces are at work in this next to last of the runes. Okay, cycle runes. Visualize yourself standing before a gateway on a hilltop. Your entire life lies out behind you and below. Before you step through the gateway, pause and review the past. Okay? The learning and the joys, the victories and the sorrows, everything it took to bring you here. Observe it all, bless it all, release it all. For it is in letting go of the past that you reclaim your power, step through the gateway now. All right, so water. Your action again is going within, reflecting, really looking at yourself and learning from whatever it is that happened, okay? And again, for everybody, it's going to look different depending on your situation, all right? Okay, so that being said, we're going to move on to air. So, air, you get the exact same runes the last week as, and I want to say this was fire. So fire and air got the exact same runes, okay? Yours was inheritance for the overview, the self reversed for your challenge, and then action was possessions reversed, okay? So let's go over, actually let's just move into it. Yeah, taking up some time here. So for you guys, you see what the overview for air is for the weekend of June 19th to the 21st. What's the overview for air? Ooh, I think this is initiation, I believe. Let me write it down. Okay. And for me, it was in the reverse. Okay, so this is initiation. Okay. Initiation reversed. And that's your overview. Okay. So initiation, it can also, I believe it has to do with something being hidden. But it's in the reverse. So something, I feel like secret, there is a secret matter coming to light. Okay. Let's see what secrets do you hold? All right, so this is reversed. I don't know. That's, for me, that's how it was, reversed, but you'll see. The camera will probably flip it for you guys. Anyway, so I counsel against expecting too much or expecting in the ordinary way, for the old way has come to an end. You simply cannot repeat the old ways, okay, and not suffer. Call in your scattered energies. Concentrate on your own life at this moment, your own requirements for growth. Perth counsels you neither to focus on outcomes nor to bind yourself with the memory of past achievements. In doing so, you rob yourself of true present, the only time in which self-change can be realized. Okay? You may feel overwhelmed with exhaustion from meeting obstruction upon obstruction in your passage. Yet, always, you have a choice. Okay? You can see this apparent negativity as bad luck, or you can recognize it as an obstacle course, challenge, a challenge specific to initiation you are presently undergoing. Okay? Then each setback, each humiliation becomes a test of character. When your inner being is shifting and reforming on a deeper level, patience, consistency, and perseverance are called for. So stay centered, okay? See the humor and keep your faith firm. And that's your overview, air. So, air, much like fire, you are on this life journey. Okay, I feel like there's a lot of working on yourself, bettering yourself, whether it's health, okay, mental health, physical, right, wellness, all of that is kind of what I'm sensing with you. Let's see what your challenge is with this, okay? Don't be hard on yourself either, air. And take each, I honestly feel like you are doing that for most of you. I feel like you do look at any challenge facing, you're facing as an obstacle, but I feel like you take it and you do it. You get over it. It's like a hurdle. You get over this one. Come, what's next, right? I feel like some of you have been dealing with that or feeling that way for a while. All right, what is the challenge for the element of air for June 19th to 21st? Your challenge is partnership. Woo. Remember, partnership, okay? It's not just with others, right? Friends, family, romantic partnerships. This is also with the divine and with yourself, okay? So here's your challenge, partnership. Why is partnership a challenge for air? Maybe for some of you, you've been single for a while. It could be it for some people. Right, and having to find the right partner. For others of you, this is, again, yourself. Okay, so we have partnership, a gift. Okay, drawing this rune is an indication that partnership in some form is at hand. Okay, in love relationships, in business matters, in partnering of every kind, you are put on notice not to collapse yourself into that union. For true partnership is achieved only by separate and whole beings who retain their separateness even as they unite. Remember to let the winds of heaven dance between you. At the same time, there is another aspect of partnership that you are being called to consider. Okay, for the path of partnership can lead you to the realization of a still greater union with the higher self, union with the divine. Okay, your spirituality is in play here. The ultimate gift of this rune is the realization of the divine in all things. Okay, God always enters into equal partnerships. The rune of partnership has no reverse, for it signifies the gift of freedom from which flow all other gifts. Okay, and that is your challenge. So there are some of you, again, who have been maybe doing things on your own for a while. Right, getting into partnership may be difficult, and for others of you, this is partnership with yourself, right? Getting to know your true self and working with yourself, right? And then in turn, the divine. Your higher self has a connection there with the divine. So do you. It just may not be fully awakened yet. All right, let's see what your action is. What's the action that the element of air needs to take for the weekend of June 19th to 21st? Okay, your action is opening. But I believe yours is in the upright. Yes, it is. Action. Interesting. Fire. Okay, so you got opening. Hold on. There we go. It's in the upright. Okay, so it's not reversed. Okay, it's opening, fire, or torch. So you again, air and fire are connecting in different ways. Again, your situation is different, but it's very, very similar is what I'm sensing. All right, so in the reverse, we talked about it being a darkening of the light, right? With water, I believe, had this. So for you guys, it's in the upright. So this is more so opening to gain some clarity even. Being open to things that are, unexpected opportunities. Okay, so you need to be open. Be open to whatever comes your way. Go with the flow, my dear. Okay, Earth. Maybe you're connecting with Earth. I don't know, you have Earth in your chart, but I don't know why I said Earth. Your air. All right, let's read this. So this rune of opening and renewed clarity of dispelling the darkness that has been shrouding some part of your life. You are free now both to receive gifts and to know the joy of non-attached giving. Kano is the rune for morning of activities, for seriousness, clear intent, and concentration. Okay, all of which are essential at the beginning of any endeavor. One of the 13 cycle runes, the protection offered by Kano, is this: the more light you have, the better you see what is trivial and outmoded in your own conditioning. In relationships, there can now be mutual opening up, which may be triggered and set in motion through the awareness that the light of understanding is once again available to you both. Okay, recognize that while on the other hand you are limited and independent, on the other you exist the perfect center where the harmonious and benefit forces of the universe merge and radiate. You are the center. Simply put, if you have not been operating in the dark, there is now enough light to see that the patient on the operating table is you. So whatever it is that you've been working on in regards to yourself, partnership, whatever. I feel like now is the perfect time for you to open up with people, okay? When I say people, I mean your support circle, people around you that care about you. Yeah. So whatever it is, and this has to do with even things from your past, okay, lessons that you've learned, okay, maybe somebody out there may connect with that, and it benefits you and it benefits them because you're helping someone, right? I feel like there could be breaking down of walls almost, and connecting with like-minded people is going to help for sure. But you're experiencing that, you're seeing that connection to the divine, right, with that partnership there. So you're seeing that. So I feel like this weekend you're going to be making connections. I do sense that there will be get-togethers happening for you. All right, let's move on to Earth. All right, Earth, your rune spread for 2 weeks ago. So you had, as your overview, was journey. Okay, your challenge was signals reversed, and then your action was strength. So again, I feel like this is another situation where we're getting to know ourselves. Okay, we're on a journey. This is I feel like it is spiritual. Okay, I feel like we are, and with strength being your action, like that tells me like let's see if you've actually mastered that. Okay, let's see if you really took some courage there, put your best foot forward and moved forward in a situation. I feel like there was a decision that you were still having to make for some of you. All right, what is the overview for Earth for the weekend of June 19th to the 21st? We're doing this again. So, and I believe this is signals. Or no, sorry, possessions. Signals is the other one. Okay, so this one is possessions. Here's your overview. Okay, or abundance, and it's in the upright. This is nothing to do with blessings you're receiving. And it could be abundance of various different forms, right? This could be money, this could be love, support. Like this is, again, it could be anything for a number of you. It doesn't have to be physical possessions. Let's see. So we have possessions or nourishment. Okay, so Fehu is a rune of fulfillment, ambition satisfied, love shared, rewards received. It promises nourishment from the most worldly, to the sacred and the divine. For if the ancient principle, as above, so below, holds true, then we are also here to nourish God. The rune calls for a deep probing of the meaning of profit and gain in your life. Okay, look with care to know whether it is wealth and possessions you require for your well-being, or rather self-rule and the growth of a will. Another concern of Fehu is to conserve what has already been gained. This rune urges vigilance and continual mindfulness, especially in times of good fortune, for it is then that you are likely to collapse yourself into your success on the one hand, or behave recklessly on the other. Enjoy your good fortune and remember to share it. Okay, for the mark of a well-nourished self is the ability and willingness to nourish others. Okay, so that's your overview. So I feel like, again, Earth, you are receiving, there is abundance in your life, okay? I feel like that has been happening for the last little while. And again, abundance of all forms. This comes with actual physical possessions, right? Money. But this could also be in regards to friendships, right? Romantic partnership, that kind of thing. But again, it's that message of having to share with others that stuck with me, right? It's time to give back. People have helped you. You need to help others, right? It's not giving of just money. That's not how you give, right? You give money, but you can give time. Personally, for me, I would rather someone put in the effort, show me that, you know, that I matter. Okay? Alright, let's move on to your challenge. What is the challenge for the element of Earth for June 19th and 21st? Okay, so we have movement. So your challenge, making a move here. It's a decision, right? Having to decide what's your next move, your next undertaking, progress, you know, that kind of thing. All right, let's see. So this is a rune of transit, transition, and movement, of physical shifts, new dwelling places, new attitudes, or a new life. Ooh, I believe you were dealing with this kind of energy even for the last couple weeks even. You've been transitioning here, Earth, okay? It also signifies movement in the sense of improving or bettering any situation. There is about this rune a sense of gradual development, okay, and steady progress, with the accompanying notion of slow growth through numerous shifts and changes. This could apply to the growth of a business or the development of an idea. Keep in mind, this is your challenge, so you're having some challenges with this. Okay, a relationship may need to undergo changes if it is to live and grow. Moral effort and steadfast are called for when you draw movement. Another of the rune cycles. Let it be said this way: as I cultivate my own nature, all else follows. This rune symbol is a horse, and it signifies the bond between horse and rider. Bronze Age artifacts show a horse drawing and sun across the sky. Here, Ihwaz is saying you have progressed far enough to feel a measure of safety in your position. Now it's time to turn again and face the future, reassured, prepared to share the good fortune that comes your way. The sharing is significant since it relates to the sun's power to foster life and illuminate all things with its light. So I love how it just talked again about sharing. So that's something that you might have to take on, Earth, okay? And again, it doesn't mean money. It could be sharing time, energy, love, you know, your abundant, whatever it is. Share it with others. And you're finding it hard though. with this, you know, moving forward, having to make this look, my words today. Mercury retrograde, love it. Having to make this decision is proving difficult. Okay, whatever it is, it's life changing. Okay, it's a new phase. A new beginning happening here. All right, what is the action that Earth needs to take for the weekend of June 19th to the 21st? All right, so we have growth. Okay, so we have growth. There we go. In the upright. Okay? That's the action that you need to take, Earth. Okay, well, what does that mean? Again, there is a change happening here, okay? A transformation happening here. And I feel like growth, has to do with rebirth. Okay, this is the new. Your action that you need to take is jump into that new life. Get in there. I almost feel like who was it? Was it water? Somebody's in two worlds. I feel like you're in there. You see the two, and you want, like, again, it's a decision. Something needs to be made here. The decision to become reborn. Start fresh. All right, let's read. So another of the rune cycles represents a form of fertility that fosters growth both symbolically and actually. The growth may occur in affairs of the world, family matters, a relationship, or the self, or to the divine. A rune that leads to blossoming and ripening. Okay? It's concerned with the flow of beginnings into their new forms. Its action is gentle, penetrating, and pervasive. What is called for here is to consider your issue with care and awareness. First, disperse resistance, then accomplish the work. For this to happen, your will must be clear and controlled. Your motives correct. Any dark corners should be cleansed. This must be carried out diligently and sometimes with expert help. Modesty, patience, fairness, and generosity are called for here. Once resistance is dispersed and rectification carried out and seen to hold firm, then through steadfast and right attitude, the blossoming can occur. Okay, so it's not going to be easy, Earth, for sure. But this is something that you need to get done. In order for you to, like, for example, if there are any business, like a business or some sort of your own like ideas or inspiration or whatever it is that you are working on, I feel that it's time to move to the next step. Don't be scared. Okay? You know that you know yourself. You can do this. You just got to believe. All right, Earth, that has been your rune spreads. Okay, we are done. Again, the energy changes. Sometimes it remains the same because, again, we don't always, not everybody is going through it at this time. So some people may not resonate with these messages, and that's fine. You may resonate with it down the road, okay? Or you may have already resonated with it. Again, just leave me comments below. Let me know, how is this resonating with you? Okay? Did you resonate with your element, or did you find that other elements were a little bit more bang on? Okay, I'm kind of curious about that. I know for me, I got a little bit of, for sure, Earth, because I'm Earth sign, but I do have fire in my chart, so I do resonate with those for sure. I can definitely respond to the fact that I myself have been on this journey for quite some time, and yeah, it's been I can totally sympathize with you guys, right? It's this ongoing work, right? Self on the self, just work, having to figure yourself out, right? Loving yourself, believing in yourself. All right, so again, let me know in the comments below how this resonates with you. Okay, comments, reaching out to me, stuff like that is going to benefit you guys, right? And I can resonate better with you. I'll be able to connect better and provide better readings if you guys get involved that way. Okay, so don't be afraid to leave comments, suggestions, feedback, whatever, as long as it's done respectfully. That's how I grow as a person and as a reader, right? So I do appreciate all the feedback I get. That being said, if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it around and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Okay, if you look in the description box below, so under this video there is a description box, please check it out. I have information there on personal reads, okay, as well as my contact info. So if you have any questions regarding that, please do reach out. Okay, my email is there. Don't forget to check out my Instagram at kelly_moonbeam.gems. Okay, I do post dailies, okay, daily collective spreads, and I do the on Fridays I go live, so you might want to check that out tomorrow. Check that out tomorrow, because I will be releasing this Thursday or today when I'm recording this, so do check that out tomorrow. Okay, and also don't forget to check out my other readings. Okay, I do pick a card readings as well as monthly and mid-month zodiac readings. Okay, so do check those out also. Okay, and that's it, right? So you guys have a wonderful day. Okay, get out there. It's beautiful. It's sunny over here, and I'm, you know, loving it, because I swear I was having this conversation many times with people, but I feel like I haven't seen blue skies like this since this year. Like I haven't seen it like in a few years. So I've been outside every chance I get. Okay, again, have a wonderful day. Many blessings.